Good afternoon, my AMST 140 students. This is Professor Donald Earl Collins. It is week 6 in your summer course. I just wanted to give you some additional stuff to look at for this week. God knows I've probably put you guys through the paces over the last 5+ weeks already. Some of you are not keeping up as well as I would like. Um, Most of you, though, are. So I can't really complain too much about it. It's not really a complaint, it's more of a concern, actually. Because this is the week your projects are due. Your DC, DMV, relevant projects are due this week. 3 of you out of the whole class have basically reached out to me about your project over the course of the last 3 or 4 weeks. And you know, I haven't heard from the rest of you. I don't know if things are going well or not, if you have any questions or not. I really would prefer if you don't all hit me up at the last minute going, I'm having problems with my project. Do I have an extension? Can I have this? Can I have that? But I suspect that I'll probably about a third of the class will do that to me anyway. Between 4 and 6 people probably will do that at some point between now and June 20th. By the way, I'm a dad. I have a son who just graduated high school, so I prefer not spending my Father's Day, my first Father's Day, which my son's not in daycare or in school for the first time like ever. Um, you know, dealing with last minute requests for extensions and people telling me they want to change their projects at the last second. In fact, I'm not. I'm just going to tell you that straight up. I'm not. If you have any problems and you do not reach out to me before by the morning of June 20th or before the morning of June 20th, I'm probably, doesn't mean you're not getting an extension. I'm just not dealing with you that day because it is Father's Day and I need some time off, be honest with you. So anyway, be that as it may, I just want to make sure that, first of all, if you do have questions, get back and get serious questions. Like, I can't get this done. Like, I have COVID, or one of my family members has COVID, and things are kind of crazy. I'm not telling you not to reach out to me. I'm just telling you, do not do it at the last minute. Do not wait till Sunday on Father's Day to do it. Don't wait until the weekend of, right? I'm up against the deadline too, which is I have to turn in grades no later than June the 26th, Saturday, which is why you don't have that much to do for week 7, right? And so that there's enough time for your classmates to actually look at your material. So that's the other piece I want to convey to you in terms of your projects. Make sure you do that. Now, I just want to make it crystal clear. This is one thing you're submitting, not multiple things. If you are doing a paper, you submit a paper, not a paper and a video presentation. If you're doing an executive summary, which is different than a paper you have an argument in it, and it's more of a researchy kind of thing. There's research involved in an executive summary, but executive summary is more problem focused. Here's an issue, here's a problem, here's a topic that causes problems for people living in this neighborhood or in this part of the DMV, or people who happen to be black, or people of color who happen to be transgender, whatever, right? And here are some remedies to it. It's more topic, question, problem based with a possibility of coming up with a solution or a set of remedies to address issue. Not just, here's these things going on, the end. All right? That's not a project, that's like a book report. I just want to reiterate that those are the differences. But if you're doing executive summary, you're only turning an executive summary. You are not doing a presentation on top of that. For the remainder of you who've decided to do presentations, you do not have to do a paper. You do not have to do an executive summary, right? Your video presentation can be a straight up PowerPoint where 1 or 2 of you are literally just going through each page of the PowerPoint on a topic, issue, problem, regarding DC. And again, it should be people focused. It should be solution remedy oriented, not just point out what the problem is, right? And not just your opinion about what the solutions are, because I guarantee you that most of you, unless you lived in DC your whole life, unless you know all the experts, you yourself probably don't have any solutions that you yourself, can come up with that are completely original. So find someone, some experts, some journalists who've written on the topic, who've talked to other people who said, well, if you want to do something about gentrification in Shaw, we need to do X, Y, and Z. Or think about Aristotle Teresa, and Aristotle Teresa is a man. His first name is Aristotle. I know you guys aren't up much on your Greek history, ancient Greek history, but Aristotle is a male, right? Teresa just happens to be his last name, right? Anyway, so just pointing out little things. He sued the city. He helped form a class action lawsuit against the city regarding gentrification. So keep that in mind, right? In terms of experts, whatever issue you're working on, just pick gentrification as an example, right? But however your video presentation is, whether it's you, you know, ballet dancing to the pain of being homeless in DC, or you're doing spoken word, as your video presentation about whatever, or you're doing it the music, which then makes it rap, of course, right? Particularly if it has a lot of bass to it or whatnot, right? If you've written a song, right? If you decided to do poetry, if you decided to you know use other means, do a podcast, whatever it is, right? You do a collage of like the changes in the neighborhood over 20 or 30 years, like a slideshow, like a picture slideshow, a video slideshow. That's fine. Whatever you're doing, when you are done doing it, you should be done by June 20th, right? If you're doing the paper or you're doing an executive summary, you submit the actual paper or executive summary as a Word file, not a PDF, not not pages, a Word file. I will not give you any commentary back if it's not a Word file. You will not get commentary. I will probably give you a grade of some sort because the semester's got to end somehow. But I'm not going to beg you to get the file in the right format. The instructions are clear. The syllabus is clear on these things. Generally speaking, you're supposed to submit your assignments, your written assignments, unless they're your reflections. You're supposed to submit them in Word, right? If you're submitting a PowerPoint video presentation, I prefer that you didn't submit it directly to Blackboard, for the simple reason that's more work for me to basically put it on my Google Drive and then giving everyone the link. What you need to do is create a link that you can share, a public link that you can share with the class so that the class can make comments on it. There's a function within Google Drive that when you save a Microsoft PowerPoint file as a Google Slides document, or if you straight up do a Google Slides document, that you can then create a link that you can a shareable link where everyone doesn't just get to view your material, they get to comment on it directly. That's important if you want to hear from other people about what they think about your stuff, right? Otherwise, you're just doing it for me, and I'm not the best critic of stuff. Generally speaking, if it looks good to me, it's an A, right? So I'm just letting you know that. That doesn't mean that everyone gets A's. Just generally speaking, A's and A minuses, sometimes A pluses. I'm not trying to, I'm not judge. I mean, but to hear from your classmates, that's a big deal. So make sure that those links, you share the link in the text box when you do submissions under Blackboard, so that I can just copy the link and share it with everybody else. So a link that makes it shareable, that makes it commentable, so that people can comment directly on your document using text boxes, using space within your PowerPoint document or what have you. Okay, so please do that. For those of you who are doing other means, whether it's YouTube, Vimeo, I don't know, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, you know, podcast through SoundCloud, excuse me, SoundGarden's a group. That'd be interesting. Anyway, however you're doing it, share that link. There's space in Blackboard when you do your submissions to just paste your link. Professor, I don't know what else to do, so I'm just sharing your link. Well, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Type in the text box, type something to Professor, I'm sharing X link with you through YouTube. Put it down, and again, make it so that everyone can see it. Everyone in the class has the opportunity to comment on it in the space that's provided in YouTube, or the space that's provided in Vimeo or whatnot. All right, so that people can comment on it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Links are preferable to you trying to download 1 gigabyte's worth of video, put it on Blackboard, and expect me to be able to suss it out. Because first of all, Blackboard's not going to take it. And second of all, even though I used to be a computer science major, and even though I can do these things, why do you want to make extra work for me? I already have to look at your material and grade it and give you an objective grade on it. Don't make extra work for your professor when you can you can front load it by doing the work yourself. So those are things I want you to do. These are the things that you need to concentrate on. This is the thing that is due on June 20th. It essentially determines half your grade. All right. So if you are doing not as well as you'd like, and you knock this out the box, you'll probably get an A or an A minus in the course, not just for the project, for the whole course, right? So, I can promise you this: if you go through all the steps properly and you get me a document that other people are viewing and have enough time to view and give commentary back, probably going to get an A minus on the project, and it will go a long way to determine whether you get an A or A minus or even a B plus in the course. The truth of the matter is, I don't expect to give out too many grades below a B plus unless you don't do certain things. The only reason anyone in this course has less than say an 87 in terms of their overall average at this point is because they haven't turned stuff in. They haven't turned in their reflection. They haven't been consistent in doing um, the the thread online discussions. Things like not you only have to do one comment to another classmate on what they posted, and about a quarter of you aren't doing that. It's 4 or 5 people who aren't consistently just making one comment to another classmate on something that they posted for a given week. And that's I don't understand that. I really don't. Now, all of you have been consistent contacting me to let me know that there is stuff going on that's preventing you from doing stuff. I know at least one of you is taking at least two too many classes for the summer. 4 classes in the summer, the summer sessions format is, you know, it's like 8 classes in a full semester. 8 classes worth of material in a full semester. I don't understand why people want to do that to themselves. Anyway, so bottom line is that if you get those things to me, what I will then do on time, unless there's a legitimate reason you've contacted me, let me know no later than the end of the day Saturday that you can't get your material in. And when I mean end of the day Saturday, I mean like reasonable hour, not midnight. So 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is, I believe, 9 a.m. Beijing time, or 10 a.m. Tokyo time, or 2 p.m. Which is like 3 a.m. Johannesburg time, whatever. Just get it to me in a timely manner so that I actually can put eyes on it, so that I can say, okay, you're going to be late. I'll give you an extra day or two or whatever. But other than that, things should be in on time. I should have it in. You should have it in by Sunday, June the 20th, so that on Monday morning I'm posting nothing but links. I'm not trying to do extra work to make sure other people have your material, so that everyone has a chance to look at it, including yours truly, so I can give you a proper grade on it. So the only thing you have left to do for week 7, so that we can finish up the course properly. You don't even have discussions week 7. There's nothing to discuss because this is the last week of discussions. Week 7 is just your final reflection on the course as a whole. What you got out of it, you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, whether it was me, whether it's the fact that you prefer to have me up on screen all the time or not. That's fine, I just tried to create a course where, you didn't have to have me on screen all the time halfway around the world, right? So I'm not up at 3 a.m. or you're up at 3 a.m., trying to listen to me, or me trying to get you to listen. So anyway, so there's that. I don't have anything else to add. Um, I'm glad that you guys are taking the course. I'm glad that you're getting something out of it. I know it's not all, because of the name, of course, not everyone expected this course to cover some of what it's covering, including, LGBT rights and issues, and cultures within DC, that kind of thing. But that's okay. You know what? As I've said multiple times, I hate the name of this course. It doesn't convey exactly what the course is about. But I think you guys also, as a group, and I say student, when I say guys, I mean gals, I mean students. Students, period, tend to underread or overread the subtitle of this course, right? Life Inside a Monument. It's actually a play on the fact that most people do expect this course to be just about official DC and not everybody who actually lives here, right? And not all of you are equipped to deal with issues of race and class and gender and sexual orientation. Some of you don't want to deal with these issues, but that's too bad. That's what this course is about. And, if you took even the other versions of this course, you're going to get fairly large doses of what I've been doing anyway. So, oh well. So, any questions, any comments, email directly. Otherwise, that's it. This is week 6. We're in the home stretch now.